During a repeat of Antiques Roadshow, host Fiona Bruce took viewers to Portchester Castle where the experts gave their valuations and knowledge on some unique finds. The BBC stars were presented with a string of interesting antiques ranging from an extraordinary set of RAF medals to some rare punk clothing by fashion designer Vivienne Westwood. However, expert Ameen Jaffer was delighted when one guest brought in two paintings created by 20th-century Indian artists, Jamini Roy and Khara. One painting was of a naked woman, while the other was a landscape sketch of people on the beach. Discussing the history of the items, Ameen began, "The artist Ara is one of the great modern painters of India and he joins a group known as the Progressive Artists Group. And they're a circle that really defines modern art in India leading up to independence. These pictures were originally hanging off railings by the dockside in Mumbai." "Yep, they were," the guest agreed as she explained how her parents bought the paintings. She said her mum and dad were told to leave the country with a week's notice, and that they spoke with Ara about his work. "They've been part of my life all the time," she told the expert. Turning his attention to the paintwork, Ameen continued, "They're both very strong and they're typical of Ara's work of the time, the late 30s. Early 1940s. He was a struggling artist financially but was known in a little circle of the art community in the Bombay period. He himself was perhaps too philanthropic and too nice," the expert shared. "He often gave his paintings away. He was an incredibly nice man, not very materially ambitious, close to the poverty line you could say throughout his life. He had a few important exhibitions in the 40s, and, in the 50s. When asked if she had an idea of what the paintings were worth, the guest admitted, "No, not really." He replied, "Well, I would say that the landscape here is probably £5,000 to £7,000 in an auction. The one over here, which has a much more complicated composition, I would say £8,000 to £12,000. The guest was clearly taken aback as she gasped, "Crikey." Speaking to the camera after the staggering valuation, the guest aired her disappointment about how much the paintings were worth. "I am stunned and shocked," she said before adding, "I didn't want them to be worth that much because it's a bit of a responsibility. But am so pleased that I found something out about them." Antiques Roadshow is available to watch on BBC iPlayer.